exporting. You are donating money and donating jobs. When you see these children dying in the Mediterranean, going to Europe, this is the problem. They are being killed by these economies of raw materials. So you can go to every raw material, whether it is agro-based or minerals. Some people wanted us to export. We have got very good iron ore here. The best in the world, high grade, 70% pure. It's the best. There's no, only the one of Peru is near, about 50%, but ours is much higher. So some people wanted us to export iron ore, or tare, we call it in our language, to India. And one of our districts, where some people who are here, whom I see come from, had already made a deal with India that we sell our iron ore to them as iron ore. I said over my dead body, I have banned all the export of unprocessed minerals from here. Let them stay in the ground. When the grandchildren come, they will get them out. So, a ton of iron ore at that time they would give us $47. Then they go, because it is very high quality, a ton of iron ore gives you 700 kilograms of steel, almost 1-to-1. Now, from a ton of steel, that time they were getting $900. So, the sleepy Africans here, the French have a good word, dormir beaucoup, that we are sleeping too much. The sleepy Africans would get $47. A clever outsider would get $900 from almost the same amount of. Later on, when the price had come down a bit of steel, it was about 600, 700, I don't know where it is now. But it's much more than what we would be getting. So I said, no way let the iron ore stay in the ground. Because then you would be losing jobs, losing money. So raw materials are a curse. I don't know what this forum has, what position they have taken on it, but really that is a real curse. Now, sometimes when Africans wake up a bit, they concentrate on import substitution. But that's not good enough, because the internal market is not big enough. We must, yes, do import substitution, but also engage in export promotion, because the export markets are bigger than the internal market. That's also another area to look at. Now, the other bottleneck are the small economies, the balkanization of Africa into these small markets. Because when people really wake up, you will soon find that the internal market is not enough. In Uganda, when these Ugandans got some stability and woke up, in very short time, they found that everything was in surplus. The internal market was not enough. The milk production, 86 were producing 200 million liters a year. We are now producing 5.3 billion liters of milk a year. But the Ugandans consume only 800 million liters. So more than 4 billion liters of milk is surplus. The internal market is not enough. maize, cement, steel, all those products, tires and so on, industrial and even agricultural. The internal market is not enough. So that's why the regional market becomes very crucial. I'm very grateful to the East African leaders when they agreed, including people like His Excellency Kikwete, when they agreed that we revive the East African community.
Welcome to African Spotlight 24, your premier source for news and current affairs from across the continent. We're glad you're here. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe, like, and turn on notification to stay up to date with the latest news and analysis. Your support helps us reach more people. Disclaimer: the content of this video is based on credible, publicly available information and is intended for educational, analytical, and informational purposes only. African Spotlight 24 does not promote hate, violence, misinformation, or political unrest. Our goal is to deliver thoughtful insights, highlight local voices, and encourage informed conversations throughout Africa.
It is a story you will and hear on major news networks, how Uganda is daring to change the rules of the game. For too long, the narrative has been the same. Western companies swoop in, offer quick buck to developing nations for their raw materials, and whisk it away to their factories, adding value elsewhere, leaving behind only empty promises and a trail of wealth that never trickles down. This time, though, the script is flipping. Under President Yoweri Museveni, Uganda is saying no more. No more to the giveaway of its precious resources, no more to being just a supplier, and no more to unfair deals. It's a bold move, one that could redefine how business is done in Africa. Why is Uganda implementing a ban on raw material exports? A critical question with far-reaching implications. The reasons are as compelling as they are straightforward. Uganda is at a pivotal moment in its journey towards industrialization. Its vast mineral resources, particularly iron ore, are the bedrock of this ambition. But here's the catch: exporting raw materials has been the norm. For decades, international players have come calling, offering deals that seemed mutually beneficial on the surface. But, as the saying goes, if it's not yours, it's on the table. And what Uganda realized is that it was giving away what rightfully belonged to its people. The realization dawned: to truly benefit from its resources, to drive meaningful development, Uganda must add value locally. This isn't just about protecting domestic industries. It's about fostering them, nurturing them into regional powerhouses. By retaining its raw materials, Uganda aims to be the center of activity, not just a supplier on the periphery. The vision is clear: create jobs, boost local manufacturing, and ensure that the wealth generated stays within its borders. The recent ban on iron ore exports is a testament to this resolve. It is a clear message to the world: Uganda's resources will be used to empower its people, not enrich foreign nations. Critics may argue that such a move stifles economic growth and job creation. But Uganda is betting on a different future. One where it's not just a player in the global market, but a pace-setter. The argument against the ban often revolves around the potential impact on foreign investment and job creation. The counterpoint is equally strong. Uganda needs investments that foster local value addition, not those that perpetuate dependency. By refusing to be a mere source of raw materials, Uganda is positioning itself to attract investments that drive real growth. This is about safeguarding Uganda's interests, ensuring that its resources contribute to its own industrialization and that foreign investments serve its long-term strategic goals. Let's talk about the current state of Uganda's industrial sector. Despite its rich resource base, Uganda's industrial sector has historically played second fiddle to the service and agricultural sectors. However, the winds of change are now blowing across the country. With the government's renewed focus on manufacturing and value addition, the industrial sector is poised for a transformation. The ripple effects of this are far-reaching. As local industries grow, so will their demand for labor. This can lead to a significant reduction in unemployment especially among the burgeoning youth population. Moreover, the shift in focus will likely attract foreign direct investments in the industrial sector, further boosting job creation and economic growth. Uganda's journey is a lesson for other nations, a demonstration of how to reclaim agency over one's resources. It's a story that needs to be told and should inspire similar action across the continent. The Ugandan story is not about isolationism, but about strategic self-reliance, a conscious effort to chart its economic destiny. It's a lesson in redefining the terms of engagement, ensuring that Uganda's resources contribute to Uganda's growth. President Yoweri Museveni's leadership is pivotal in this transformation. His vision for a self-reliant Uganda, one that leverages its resources for its own good, is crystal clear. The recent ban on raw material exports is a bold step in that direction, a statement that resonates with a growing sentiment across the continent. Uganda's story is one to watch, a case study in how a nation can take charge of its resources and drive its own industrialization. As we wrap up this discussion, it's essential to acknowledge the complexity of the issues involved. The debate between exporting raw materials and focusing on local manufacturing is a nuanced one. There are valid arguments on both sides. However, Uganda's decision to prioritize local manufacturing is a bold and necessary step towards achieving true economic independence. Thank you for joining us today. We've delved into a topic that is not only crucial for Uganda, but holds broader implications for the global South. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to show your support. Your engagement is our motivation to continue bringing you informative and thought-provoking content.